Not gonna lie, I think it's probably time that I shave soon, but we'll see. It's a little after 12 o'clock, so I think we're gonna wrap up the trading day. I got one trade in. It wasn't on the live stream. It was probably, I don't know, we'll check. It was, I think, like 20 minutes after the live stream. A nice little support line bounce, which is my favorite, so that was really cool. I wasn't really feeling it on the live stream. You could probably tell I was a little just like drowsy. That's exactly how I felt today. Try to drink coffee, but then I was like, okay, the coffee's just not cutting it. I think I just need one more good night's sleep and I should be back in action. There is one thing I want to talk about today, the ticker CTIB. Now, the way I found this one was a little bit different than usual. It was not on my morning gap scanner, but it was under NASDAQ's list of halted stocks. And I was like, well, if this is halted, it must be moving. So then I went ahead and pulled it up on the screen during the live stream. And that's when I said 2.08, I should probably be getting in right now. I didn't do it. This thing took off. I think it's up 300% today. That would have been a killer trade. So let's go check out the NASDAQ site where you can see all the halted stocks. Because it's actually a pretty interesting way to get some moving stocks after the market's open. And then let's go to the charts, check out my limit orders, and then just let's kind of check out CTIB, check out that $2.08 area where we should have got aggressive. I think next time I will. I was just so dead today. And that's, I don't know, I guess that's going to be my excuse today. I don't want to make any excuses, but better safe than sorry. And sometimes, if you're not really feeling it, I've noticed that if I have some sort of weird feeling before a trade, it's sometimes better just to not trade. I don't know. I get skunked a lot when I have these weird feelings. It's like a gut instinct. This time though, didn't really work out. Although I gotta say, the gut instinct was to trade. I just was like, I'm gonna override that because I'm tired. Don't be tired. I'm not gonna be tired anymore on this $25,000 challenge. That's the plan. Ain't nobody got the time for that. Prosty pros, back to the charts. Get ready. All right, I got a limit order on LLEX. I'm probably gonna remove that soon here, although I think that support area, we'll talk about it later, is gonna be a really nice potential pre-market for tomorrow. And then we got CTIB, got an order right here near former big support breakout zone. So let's see what happens. You can see here on the daily, my limit order is right here on this kind of 2.77 area. We broke out from this area, and we had a lot of support and resistance in this area originally on the daily chart. So let's see what happens. I don't really think it's going to crash right now, but if it does, I still have a limit order there for it. We'll see what happens. It's clearly past 12. We're at 12:21. So this is typically when I want to be done with trading. I thought we were going to crash right around here, but it never really happened. So yeah, I'll probably go ahead and remove those two orders right after this recap. But while we're on CTIB, wow, let's just kind of scroll back and see what happened here, because this thing was flying. And in the beginning of the live stream, a few minutes after the market opened, we checked out CTIB, and there's a reason we checked that out, and that's because we were checking out some halted stocks. I think it was INPX. I thought INPX got halted, and for some reason it wasn't moving, even though it just did a big dip, and I was a little confused. So I went to the website, and so it's NASDAQtrader.com. I'm not sure if it's the actual website because there is NASDAQ.com, but it was the first thing that came up when I Googled NASDAQ halts. So here you can see the trading halts, and you can see that CTIB was on the list. Let's see if we can get that exit right now. Sell orders at 97. Big seller just came in here. Secondary push right now. $94. Got a partial exit. And we're out of this one. 5% profit, roughly. Maybe I sold too early. I could see this one bouncing a little longer. Entry was, I don't know. It was all right. It was a little shaky. This thing really was super slow with crashing all day today. So I don't know. I was pretty happy with just taking it. And usually these bounces, I want to take, 5% profit. After that, I'm done. We have LLEX going on as well. I put it on the separate screen because there was a lot going on. I just wanted a vision on it. So we have an order here at 1600. The price was selling off pretty steeply. Quick little bounce here, 4%. Let's see if we can snag this one. Wow, that was really unexpected. LLEX already crashed about 8%. This one was 11% dip. Let's see how much this dip was. This was about 9%, but total it was about 16%. I don't know. I don't think we're gonna really get a total crash here, but it could happen. And I love the support we're seeing in this area. So it could be really, really nice. You can see the 5-minute on the 5-minute chart, a lot of support here. And then on the daily chart, huge support kind of in this area. Let's move down our limit order a little bit. 0.613, 0.003, we moved it down. I'm not the biggest fan when those things happen and I'm not ready for it. But hey, I mean, that's sometimes limit orders, you get those flash crashes. That's why you gotta be really careful with these limit orders. CTIB, having some issues, breaking to the upside now. It could happen. This could very well just continue breaking. But again, you want to be very, very careful with this. We took a little bit of risk, about 3-4%. And then I sold right, as we were in the 5% zone. We're at 96 already. So I had that limit order at 97. That's where I wanted to get out originally, but so we left maybe a few cents on the table. Okay, so let's just really quickly go back to the NASDAQ trader. Here you can see the halts. And when we first came to this site, the most recent thing was right here, a CTIB. And it was halted already twice. And I was like, okay, when things are getting halted, they're really running fast. And you can see here the reason for halts. If a security is subject to a trading pause, the pause threshold field will contain the reference threshold price that deviates 10% from a print on the consolidated tape that is last sale eligible as compared to every print in that security on a rolling 5-minute basis. And from what I've learned, that basically loosely translates to if something is gapping 10% in any direction, so either to the downside or upside within the last 5 minutes, or I guess you could say the mean of the last 5 minutes, then it will be halted. I'm not entirely sure if I'm exactly right, but that is what I've experienced. You can also check out these codes right here. And it feels like you can click on it, but you can't. It just says LUDP volatility trading pause. So let's go over here, click on the codes. And then if we just scroll down, you can see LUDP. I don't know why I say that wrong. And the description or the name is not very helpful, huh? So volatility trading pause. Let's see if we can search this page for a little bit more information. Okay, well, actually this site isn't as helpful as I was hoping for. What I feel like I have noticed is specifically this one right here, single stock trading pause in effect. Trading has been paused by the NASDAQ due to 10% or more price move in the security in a 5-minute period. So I think this is the one that I'm typically used to. I don't know if there's a difference between LUDP. If you guys know more about haltings and especially the LUDP, I would love to hear from you. Definitely leave a comment below. That's what I'm doing all this from because I don't know everything and I've already learned a tremendous amount from you guys. So let's close out these things. Okay, so for some reason, my video just stopped recording. I was editing the video and then I realized half of it was gone and I have no idea why. So let me just try to get back into the groove of things. CTIB, though I really want to just kind of focus on some of the gaps on this one and why we were looking to trade it. And like I said, we were looking at the gap scanner and it was not on our gap scanner originally. And we were watching INPX early market, and this thing is crashing now near the end of the day. I mean, check out, this thing just honestly just fell off a cliff. This is quite a nice little bounce down here, actually 30% bounce. Woohoo! Rally Sally, this 0.25 area was huge support. Anyway, right around this area, we had a big morning dip, and I don't really want to put too much attention to it. I just want to kind of point out the fact that there was a big dip and then the order book didn't do anything. And I was like, okay, that doesn't make sense. But let me check the website and see if NASDAQ posted that anything got halted, or specifically INPX. And that's when I found CTIB, because it just got halted. So we found CTIB, and then I quickly checked it out. I was kind of curious what it looked like. And pre-market, it was making some really nice moves, about 40%. No volume though. The volume was really the problem. And it wasn't until we had that market open where big volume came in. Not, at first, a little bit of selling volume, which wasn't really that bad. But then, boom, right away, we broke to new highs, had a little pullback, and then just check this out. This thing just continues to run. This pullback right here would have been really nice. But again, I wasn't really checking this stock yet. Here we go. That was a 16% rally, and then let's just keep kind of going here. Boom, in this area, we have the first big pullback, right? And again, we have another pullback. And here we start forming higher lows. So we're having somewhat of a bullish flag forming. And then on the 5-minute, you can't really tell on this one, but there's a little wick that dips below. Let me just zoom in just a little bit here. This is the 5-minute chart down here. So right here, you can see we had a little pullback in this area before we continued to break to the upside. And then we, kept on running. This was a pretty nice move. We were watching this, but I didn't trade any of it. That move, this 1-minute candle alone, this was a 30% rally. I mean, that was huge. Let's just keep on going and talk about where we wanted to get the entry. Now, the first halt also came in at 38. So we ran up right here. Let me just go ahead, one more candle or two more candles. So right here at 38, we had a big bounce to the upside and we cracked 10%, and then boom, right away, the stock got halted. And you can see here that, once it opened up, so right here at the 38, we start running tremendously. This thing goes up about 14%, and boom, the stock gets halted. And when it gets unhalted, it continues rallying. This rally was ridiculous. I mean, the whole rally since the flag breakout was 87%. There's no way we would have held all of that, but just kind of goes to show what's possible. And then we have that first major pullback, finding the VWAP as support, and not just VWAP, but I want to talk about this 1.8 area. You can see this is a big breakout, second candle here, big pullback to this area. So there's some significance in this area. Let's just keep going. We have two candles that just kind of hold this area, and this is long-term support as well. And I want you to check out this 5-minute candle as well, because we have a nice pullback to the long-term support. And very quickly, let me show you what this long-term support looks like. So right here, right now in the price is here and this 2 area. And here you can see that this red line I drew because it represents big support in this area. We cracked down eventually and then bounced back to it, retested that support. And then this area at the 1.9, you can see we dipped below it again, but then this kind of became the new support zone before we eventually cracked down this area. So we're kind of ranging in this area after a big rally. So, and then some supports coming in. So this is looking really good for a second dairy run to the upside. So we found a bit more support, and then boom, the first move to the upside. This is when I should have got a little bit aggressive, and I should have put a limit order around $2 or something like that, hoping for a flash pullback. I didn't, however, and then again, the next move, I was thinking, okay, maybe I should go in here at 2.08, and boom, that would have been the one, because check out what happens on this entry. Again, the stock gets halted pretty soon here, and I think this is at 51. Yeah, so let's see what happens. Let's just forward a little bit. Okay, so these are big rallies, and then 51 is on this candle. This is when the stock gets halted. So again, for the second time, the stock gets unhalted and just completely shoots to the upside. Just 3 minutes, 50% move, and then that's not even the end of the move. This thing just continues to kind of go. But then, starts slowing down. and I would have not traded any of this choppiness. Obviously I didn't, but you know, just looking back, CTIB, this would have been the big winner. This would have been the one to go for. Should have got a little bit more aggressive on it, but you know, it was one of those days. I was feeling a little sick today. I wasn't really feeling super aggressive. And you know, then if you're not really feeling it, plus you're trading a strategy that you're not really that comfortable in, the breakout strategy, then there's no reason to really be forcing any one of these trades. So that's why I never ended up trading it, but at least we got that really nice pullback trade, which surprisingly we got on video as well. That happened just now during the recap, so that's really, really funny. All right, guys, that's everything from me. It was so fun to have you guys all tuning in to the live stream this morning. I do want to talk about the trade journal very, very soon. We're getting really close to going totally green, and I'm super excited for that. So November was a green month, December was a green month, and honestly, this month, we're almost getting past both of the last 2 months. So all the dots are really starting to get connected. I really can't wait for January to keep slamming. So if we have one more, I would say, okay, good day, then, you know, I'm going to be sharing some really cool stuff with you guys. Don't forget to like if you found value in this content. Subscribe if you're new here. I'll see you guys tomorrow again. Remember, stay safe, and like always, make some awesome trades. Till next time, guys. Ciao, ciao.